Hey there. Do you sometimes order stuff on Amazon and then you get it and it's not what you expected, or it wasn't what you wanted in the first place? Well, I have some tips for you in this video, so stay tuned. This is not a paid promotion or anything. I'm not being paid by Amazon, but these are my own experiences, and I thought that I would share with you these tips so that you can be a more efficient shopper. First of all, let's use a coffee maker as an example. If you're looking for a coffee maker and you click on the item, you scroll down, you see the description. Often there is a line that says frequently returned item. This kind of gives you a clue as to what maybe the majority of customers are saying in their reviews. Now, if there are thousands of reviews and it's a highly rated item, most likely the outcome is pretty good. When you see a bunch of reviews and the rating is low, of course, you're going to skip that one, right? But when it says frequently returned item, that should tell you something about that item. The reason why it's frequently returned could vary. So you might want to look at some of the reviews. I would suggest looking at the most recent reviews because sometimes top reviews are just going to be top reviews, right? But sometimes when you look at the most recent reviews, you can see in a period of time, most recently, whether customers like this coffee maker or not. And let's say that there is something about they don't last, the coffee maker doesn't last, it goes kaput after 2 days of use. Well, that could be why it's frequently returned. So you want to think about the category or the item type of the item that you are ordering and as something that would give you a hint as to whether or not you want to order it. Another reason why it could be frequently returned could be that it just doesn't fit, because a lot of times this is not a brick and mortar store, so it's just online shopping. So we're really taking a risk, right? If you want to get a pair of shoes and you think, well, this is my regular shoe size, I'm going to order it in my shoe size, and you get it only to find they don't fit, they're too big, they're too small, wide, narrow, whatever the reason. It could be a bunch of reasons, not comfortable, but then you would return them. You want to make sure that there isn't anything on there that you accidentally clicked on. Like, for instance, if you wanted to get a used pair of shoes, there is some place that you can check. I think it's used. And if you check that, then you're basically saying, I'm okay with a used pair of shoes. And usually, of course, they're cheaper. But if you find that you get the shoes, you try them on, they're no good, you return them. You just want to make sure that you can return them. And there may be some kind of caveat in the description. So you want to be sure that you want to read the whole thing under the description, because sometimes there's a time limit. Who knows, right? There have been all kinds of weird things that have been happening on Amazon lately, that either they've added this language with the frequently returned item, which is very helpful, and it could give you a better idea of whether or not you want to take a chance on ordering that item. The second thing is, sometimes under the description, you will see a line that says report an issue with product or seller. And that is good because oftentimes there isn't any person or contact that you can communicate with if there is an issue. Let's say that you receive something and the box is completely broken into, the item inside is smashed to bits. You would want to report it to someone. Just remember, when you order an item on Amazon, there is no real fulfillment center where someone takes care of the administrative aspect. So if you do order something and you put in an incorrect address, just know that unless it's timely, there usually isn't anyone that you can contact and say, oops, I put in the wrong address. It should be this. Can you please forward it or reroute it. A lot of times you just can't get a person to acknowledge it or confirm that change can happen. So you want to be sure that you are putting in the correct shipping address. That said, just remember, there isn't any area of admins who can take care of these kind of logistics. That's one thing to note, where it's different with other online shopping where certain companies have someone that you can contact. Amazon is different in that way. So I thought that that would be helpful to let you know as well. The last thing I want to remind you to do when you're shopping online on Amazon is to make sure that you're clicking on the right quantity and amount or size. So, for instance, I had ordered a 2 jar set of Vaseline, and that was a while ago. And they were gigantic tubs. I mean, they were just great and they would last forever, right? Then I had the idea that when traveling, I would like to get just a little bit smaller so it's more portable and I can pack it in my suitcase. Well, I thought I clicked on the right one, and when I got it, guess what I got? Yeah, a teeny, teeny, tiny Vaseline. It's, I don't know, the size of a person's finger. I don't know. It is so, so tiny. I just want to remind you that when you're clicking on an item, make sure that you are clicking on the correct amount or size, and that could happen, right? So, and I was wondering too, I said, wow, I love these lightning deals, but this sure is a great price for Vaseline. And then I realized it was a teeny tiny little one. So, anyway, on that note, I just wanted to let you know these couple of tips that I think would help you become a more efficient shopper, because I definitely have become more experienced with time. Now, I don't order a whole lot on Amazon, but there are definitely times where, oh, I need I don't know, a hairspray, let's say, and I just don't have time to go to the store, or I'm unable to get to the store. Or, as you've noticed probably, with the way things are, there are fewer and fewer brick and mortar stores. And even if you do go to a store, like a drugstore, and you walk in, the shelves are kind of empty. There's like hardly any supplies or stock anymore. In a way, I'm sort of, like forced to go on Amazon to get it. And the other thing too is that often you can get it on the same day, or, in a more timely fashion. That's what makes it very, favorable to order on Amazon. I hope these tips help you become a more efficient shopper and help you navigate better on Amazon, because I certainly have learned a lot.